Serious question to kick us off this Monday morning. Does America have any friends left? Have we any clout anywhere? Good Monday morning, everyone. Our friend, the new king of Saudi Arabia, will not show up at the Camp David summit this week, nor will the ruler of Bahrain. President Obama is trying to sell his nuke deal with Iran at that meeting, but 4 of 6 Gulf Arab leaders will not be there. However, look who showed up next to Putin in Red Square, Moscow. China's leader. These guys are our rivals, and they have teamed up. Our friends, deserters. The bad guys smell an opportunity. At the top of the hour, top of the show, we ask this question. Does America have any friends left? Here's a bit more on the story. The new king of Saudi Arabia snubs President Obama, skipping the Mideast summit this week at Camp David. Fox News security analyst Katie McFarlane is with us. Now, it's 4 of 6 Gulf Arab leaders. They're not going to be there. And the king of Saudi Arabia was supposed to have a one-on-one meeting with President Obama before this summit in America. It's all off. What's going on here?
Well, you know, leading from behind, it paid off, right? Now we're being left behind, and we have allies who no longer trust us, no longer think we're playing in their security issues, and we have adversaries that no longer fear us.
But is it the end of the deal? Is it the end of the new... He cannot sell this to Congress.
No.
He can't sell it to the Saudis and the Gulf Arabs. Surely that's the end of an Iran nuke deal, isn't it?
No. I think the Iranians have already won on whatever nuke deal. Either the president sells it or the president isn't able to sell it. But the bottom line is Iran's getting nuclear weapons. And the countries in the region, as you've just pointed out, they're not listening to President Obama. They are going to do what they said they were going to do all along. If Iran gets nukes, we get nukes.
You know, last week on this show, Ashley, yes, KT said within 5 years there'll be a nuclear incident. You didn't say exchange or war. You said a nuclear incident within 5 years.
Absolutely terrifying.
You still hold? Yeah, it is. I mean, you holding to that?
Yeah, you know, since the dawn of the atomic age, the nightmare scenario has been nuclear weapons in the hands of crazy people who want to use them. Yeah. And that's what you have in the Middle East. You have a death cult of suicide bombers, and if nuclear weapons are introduced into the region, it's only a matter of time before some kind of nuclear, I'm not saying nuclear war, but some kind of nuclear weapon is used in one way or another.
Casey,
accidentally, inadvertently.
Saudi Arabia, then you think Egypt, possibly,
Turkey,
and then Turkey.
Bahrain, United Arab Emirates. And then you have in countries which are unstable, which we have seen in the Arab Spring, countries can get toppled overnight, that then you would have a situation where nuclear weapons would be in a region which shouldn't even be allowed to play with matches, to be honest.
Okay, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Your reaction to this, I was just shocked to see it. Red Square, Moscow, over the weekend. Putin and China's leader together, both together, standing next to each other, watching a military parade. $25 billion energy deal between the two, and a cyber security deal between the two. They're not going to hack each other. What does that mean for us?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't believe that.
But the two guys together, two leaders.
And who wasn't there? None of our leaders were there. And
this was just, we said we wouldn't go.
We weren't going to go because of Ukraine. Since the Nixon administration, when Nixon did the trip to China, the whole goal of American foreign policy for 40 years has been to separate China from Russia, for the two communist giants. And we did that. In the Nixon administration, it was to pull China in our orbit. In the Reagan administration, it was to defeat the Soviet Union, to demoralize both of them as adversaries against the United States. Now what you see is just the opposite. They're together.
I've got to move quickly to this one. The investigative journalist Seymour Hersh, he says Obama lied about America acting alone when killing bin Laden. He says we had help from the Pakistanis. What do you make of this?
Nah, I'm not. I'd be happy to criticize Obama. I do it all the time. But in this case, I think Seymour Hersh is wrong. The Pakistanis were making good money by keeping Obama alive and taking our dough.
Okay. We got more top stories for you.